Hey, it's Mary Lou Foster. How are you? Good day. Good. For me right now, it's afternoon, but you may be watching this in the middle of the night. So, whatever time, hello. So, I had promised a video, and this is not a Facebook Live. Sorry about that. But it is a video using the Spooky Halloween bundle and the beautiful Sweet Treats, Spooky Sweet Designer Series paper. And this paper, if you like Halloween, and I'm not a big fan of Halloween, but I do have a craft fair to participate in, but it has 2 sheets of die cuts, laser die cuts, and that's what I'm going to use today to make our sweet treats. I don't have many trick-or-treaters come to my house because we live in the country on a country road, and they all go to town to the neighborhoods. But I do have nieces and nephews, and I was going to get out my little display board that I made using the dies. Because sometimes I get a set of dies, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what are all those pieces? What do they do? So I took the time to stamp. I used the stamps and stamped the little dog and the little cat and the broom and the pumpkins, and then I used the dies to die cut. And the cute little part of one of these, it looks like a tag. It's shaped like one of our tags. And when you die cut it out, the bat in the center will stand up. You fold it in the middle, and look at that. The bat stands up. So that's kind of a cute detail, and that's one reason I liked that this particular treat sack, because it does allow that little bat to have its moment. The house we're going to use, once again on this same one, I'm going to show you how to make it look like the lights are on in the house, and then our bats and our fence. All of those details are included in the paper. I was going to show you, I've made a couple of, I didn't know what else to do except just let the paper do the work for this one, because this looks like you're going up and down the street trick-or-treating. Spooky, spooky. And I have another one very similar. What did I do with it? Here it is, hiding underneath my little stack over here on this side. Another pull-out card. I stamped, and I used my Stampin' Blends to color those little details. Die cut out the bats, and they are off trick-or-treating. I have many fond and scary memories of Halloween around here. So let me show you what I did. I used that sheet of die cuts that I was showing you just a minute ago, and created some tags. One of the sheets of the paper is a whole sheet of tags. Let's see if it's still in here. I don't think I've used all of it. And if you wanted to make cute little tags for like your kids' class, you can make 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You could make 24 because you get 2 sheets of this. And then we're going to use these tags. I'm going to show you what I've altered them. And then the back is just the gray. But what I stamped for this little guy, I stamped him on that gray paper, so I didn't have to color him. He's just colored with the paper. I colored his clothes and his sucker, but it was a cool way to get some texture. So I just punched out some dies. Some of these little, let's see, I've got a little sack all set up with the parts. And we're going to make a little bit different one, just so I can show you how you can use your imagination. That's the fun thing sometimes with some of the Stampin' Up products. You get to use your imagination. These are the Iridescent treat sacks, and as you can see, they are iridescent. They definitely are shiny. I have to be careful where I put them in the light, or that's all you're going to see. they're part of this bundle because this is like a suite, and you can use one catalog number and get the stamps, the dies, the bags, the really cute embellishments. Look at these stars. I actually have used them for something other than Halloween because they are, I think it was Christmas. I needed stars. Perfect. You got them. So I made this one up, and all I did was just cut out the tag, punched out the little die cut piece. Not hard. When you stamp and heat emboss on the black, you get white letters, especially if you use white embossing powder. And I am not going to use the little pillow. I think it's called the embossing buddy, because it kind of dulls the black paper. But I am going to use my tray, and you can get most of these products come kind of bundled. It's an embossing bundle with the tray, and to be honest, I didn't even look that up. I didn't think about it till just now that this is an option for if you are interested in learning to heat emboss. That's what hooked me on card making. I went to a card class and they were heat embossing, and it's magic. It's fun. So I just brush off all the extra. I will put that away when we're finished. I like that tray because it catches your powder and you can siphon it back into your bottle. Now, there are different ways to do this. I like doing it from the top. Let's get it up where you can see it start melting. It gets shiny when it gets hot and starts melting. And it's hot. This is way hotter than when you dry your hair. Can you see the shiny? Oh, it's nice and warm. I think you can probably see the shiny. Isn't that fun? And it doesn't rub off now because it has melted. It was a powder, and the Versamark is a sticky watermark stamp pad, so it stamps clear, and you put that powder on it and you heat it. Some people will heat it from the bottom, which is fun to watch it melt and turn shiny. I always do mine from the top. Don't ask me why. I'm going to stick this up in the middle of us and give this a little whacky. So I'll have a straight edge. I could use my scissors, but I don't really trust myself. As long as I have it in here square, I should get a piece that looks pretty good. Well, let's go ahead and use some. Oh, look, all that's left are the edges. Now, you know these are sticky all the way to the edge. You don't have to throw them away. I think I did early on because I didn't really think about it. I used all the dimensionals up, and all that's left were the outer edges. And then one day I'm like, why am I throwing that away? They're sticky too. And they use the dimensionals just to give this silly little crow with the pumpkin over his wing a little dimension. And let's see. Hey, did y'all know I'm doing this video on September the 18th, and today we're having a 15% off stamp sale. So if you hurry by midnight and get in an order, I'll send you a spooky Halloween treat. Send you one of these sacks. I'll show you the candy that I put in mine. I'm trimming off. I missed when I cut it out, and there was just a little strip. So in my sack, I just bought the sack of chocolate candy, Kit Kat, Almond Joy, Milk Duds, and the Reese's. And you'll gather that up. Kind of squunch it together. This is Petunia Pop, and it is an iridescent ribbon. Can you see? Yeah, you can see the iridescence. Isn't that pretty? It's sparkly and shiny, and you can use it for more than just Halloween, like birthday, or wedding, or Christmas. Because you could do some non-traditional Christmas colors pretty easily. So I want my little sack to be kind of squarish and nicely put together. So if you take your time, and I'm going to go ahead and trim this off so I'm not dealing with that whole roll of ribbon, because I'm going to have to punch a hole in this, and I happen to have some tools that are not Stampin' Up! Products that I keep to punch holes. You could use just a regular hole punch. So I'm going to need a hole to thread that ribbon through. And I think I will tie a knot first. Tie that pretty tight, tie my knot, then thread it through the hole that I just punched so I can tie a bow. Come on now. Now, most of the time I work in my lap. I don't do this up on the table because I just chase it everywhere, as you can see. So wouldn't these be cute? Just even if you worked in an office setting, or you trick-or-treaters, it's kind of portion control because you can put however many pieces of candy in here you want them to have, but it's cute packaging. So they never notice that they didn't get like a whole handful of candy. Look at that. And then if you put some of these pretty little stars, we're going to put the black ones. No, we're going to do the purple ones. I believe these are probably Petunia Pop, since our ribbon is Petunia Pop, and it's all coordinated products in this suite. And there are 3 different size stars. Where should we put this little guy? We'll put that one right there. So you kind of have a small, medium, and large. And that's it. That's all. And you've got a cute little sack of trick-or-treat candy. Sweet treats for you. And actually, this one says no tricks, all treats. So I've got some other, there's this cute hippopotamus, it's not a rhinoceros, hippopotamus. I don't think I've ever seen one for Halloween, but anyway, this one has Halloween. So I've punched some things out. Got this one ready to put on a sack. Got that one ready to put on a sack. But what I want to show you next is this cute little house and that cute little bat. And I've already done some of the work because it takes a little bit of time. So I cut a piece of the paper, and it's 4 by 4, and I scored it in half at 2 inches. So I could, let's kind of organize your Reese's Pieces. And I've turned everything so you can read what they are. I mean, I'll tell you, I didn't just throw them in there. So we've had home health nurses coming in and out, and I thought these would be cute to hand them one day when they were kind of having a bad day. Gonna need a stapler. I also keep, this is actually a Stampin' Up! Stapler that is no longer available. So cut out one of the tags. You can trim it. I think it's supposed to be kind of off center. Sort of bothers me a little bit, but I got over myself. I die cut out the house, and then I used some Daffodil Delight to put on the back side. And it was a little difficult, as you can see. You couldn't just cut the second. You probably could cut a second house out and layer them together, but I chose to just kind of layer it on smallish. And we're going to kind of build our tag before we put it on. So let's put some adhesive on this. And I kept it sort of over to the right hand side because it's going to hang off over here on the left. And the fence, remember you can use your, I can find mine, silicone mat. If you need to put adhesive on the back of this teeny tiny stuff to use the tape runner, I actually use some glue myself, but it's not Stampin' Up! Glue. Probably shouldn't have put it there. And give this one a little bit. Now you're going to have extra glue, but you can take your fingers and kind of pull it around, get it hiding up underneath those posts. Or after you stick it on, you can use your finger to rub it off. And it can go across however you want it to. Let's do it that way. And then these little bats I've put on with. So this can use like 3 different kinds of adhesive. That's why I was saying these are a little bit tedious. But these bats fit perfectly on a mini glue dot. One of them I'm going to go ahead and stick on. And they're not proportionally sized. They're kind of big for the job, but it's okay. These are just meant to be treats. They're not true to form. There are embossed lines that you can use to fold these down. And I just use my fingers to kind of harden that fold. And you can put it wherever you want to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my adhesive on the back part first and not on the front part because I've got to slide my tag up underneath there. The first one I did, I kind of messed it up. Didn't do it quite right. Because I want this to stick up, kind of like a paper clip. Stick up off the edge some. And then if I slide this up underneath here, see, I can, and I didn't put my adhesive all the way to the top. So I could slide those pieces right over. So 2 things. We're going to put adhesive here. And we're going to put adhesive on the back of our tag. And slide that. My husband's going to be in the hospital for a few days having his knee surgery again. And I was going to take these also to give to the nurses and the staff that'll be taking care of him because I thought that'd be fun. It won't be quite Halloween. We go next week. But hey, close enough. All right. I'll show you how we're going to do the no tricks. I don't know. Here's a piece right here. If I have another one ready to go, but I didn't want to sit here and cut the. All right. I thought I had another tag. Let me get out the sheet. I don't want to cut the new tag. I want to see if I have pieces left. Come on. Doesn't want to go back in here now. Fine then. Don't. Not down there in the bottom. Where are the other tags? I thought I had them all cut out, and I've hidden them on myself. There they are. And I'm just going to set these guys over here in the floor. Maybe they won't fall apart on me. That's the only thing about those tags like that. And I'm going to do this in my left, guys. Then I'll come back and show you. Because I'm going to cut out one of the flag tags. And we are going to emboss it. So I've got my Versamark. No tricks, all treats. Get it inked up really well. try not to rock it, because if you get Versamark on your edges of your stamp, trust me, you'll end up with embossing powder on the edges of your tag, and then you'll be unhappy. You can't see anything. I can see it sitting here because it's a watermark, so it's kind of a clearish. And I'll just add to my little pile here. These are part of our Wow embossing powders. They come in sets. Like the basic has white and black, silver and gold. We've got 2 different sets. Has copper. What other color? Clear, I think, maybe. Okay. You notice that I applied that more than once. I didn't just go with my first. Sometimes I do, but usually I will put powder on it the second and third time, because there's little places that it stuck really well the first time, but other places got missed. Let's try this from the bottom this time. I may not be able to. Ooh, that's hot. Oh, never mind. Let's just do it from the top. Cool. Isn't it cool? That's what got me hooked. Fun tricks and treats here. Righty. So I will use my cutter, and I'm going to cut the tail off. I don't need a long. See, I cut that much off. I just kind of eyed it up because I want it to go like under his wing, maybe. But I'm going to cut it down because it was too wide. I didn't like it. But see, they've got some lines sort of sketched on the edges. Yeah, I use those and just trim it down closer. It's narrower that way. But I wanted to use the paper. I didn't want to use black or try to find. Now, see how much better that fits. And I think for this one, I'm just going to put my adhesive here on the straight edge. And I'm going to leave the flag edge loose. Because, come on, I want to slide you right up. Well, it did it a minute ago. Now it doesn't want to. Right there. Look at that. It's okay if it sticks off over there. Actually, change of plans. Let's put it on top of the green. Right here. There. And I'm not going to use embellishments on this one, because my thought is, well, they're probably just going to throw it away. They'll open it, eat the candy, and toss the rest of it, which is fine. So look how cute those are. Every one of them could be different. They could make them all the same. Put in the candy, tie it up either with the pretty ribbon or make a topper to go on it, and you have got some of the cutest little Halloween treats. So that's what I had been promising you. This was my product of the week last week. Online exclusive, excuse me. So I will put all that information in the comments so that you'll know. I used the Spooky Halloween bundle. That was the stamp set and dies. And I did need both, because I needed the sentiments and I needed the dies. I used paper is Spooky Sweet, 12 by 12 designer series paper. I've used shimmer star foam stickers and the iridescent bags and the iridescent ribbon to make these cute. So today, that's all I have. I just wanted to show you these cute Halloween treats, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.